What's up, YouTube? I know I haven't been posting very many videos lately on the build, on the FJ40 Resto Mod build, but the problem is I'm in that point of the build where there is a ton of wiring. As you can see, I got wiring everywhere. Everywhere. Wiring. So this is what I've been working on and not posting videos, is adding all these circuits to the build. All these circuits that the 1973 FJ40 Land Cruiser did not come with. Coming into this wiring part, one thing that everybody will tell you is like, hey, putting an LS in anything is easy. Absolutely. It's really actually pretty easy. Where it gets hard is the amount of wiring that you want to do to, one, make it correct, and two, all the additional things you want to add to it, aside from just putting an engine in it and starting it up, right? So that's what we're doing here. And so I was really overwhelmed by this list when I first posted this list, or when I first started. I was really overwhelmed when the thought about all of the wiring that was going to go into this it was a daunting task, right? So I figured out what I needed to do is sit down and literally draw out every diagram. And now that I have all the diagrams drawn out, spent the last 2 days drawing diagrams, now I can start just installing one circuit at a time. Of the new circuits, just start this circuit, go down the list, and circuit. So here, I'll show you them. Here's all the circuits that I have determined that we're going to add to this build. All things that in 1973 were not on this vehicle. So we're going to add in some interior lights, dome lights, rear lights, spotlights, seat heaters, rear charge ports, stereo amp, electric fan, AC compressor, brake switch, fuel pump, and headlights. Now, as you can see, that's quite the list. So again, what I did was just made a drawing for every one of them. So here we have the interior light drawing, the dome lights. This is a rocker switch and the fuse. Then we got the rear lights, spotlights, the seat heaters, the rear charge ports. This is the stereo and amp. It's a little more extensive. The electric fan, AC compressor. This one took me a little bit of time because you have a lot going on here. You're adding in an electric fan, you're adding in an AC compressor, you're adding in the vintage air controller, you're adding in an AC compressor relay, you're adding in a fan relay, you're adding in the GM engine PCM, and you're adding in a fuse block to power it all. And then you're adding in a trinary switch to control it all. So either the engine PCM can trigger the fan to come on, or the vintage air can trigger the fan to come on, or the pressure of the system can shut the fan off, turn the fan on. So this was a little bit of work, but I think I got it now. This is the brake switch, something to, the 4L60E, I just learned today, uses a 12 volt power to the torque converter to the engine PCM. And whenever you press the brake pedal, the torque converter has to disengage. But that is the opposite of what the brake switch was doing in 1973. The brake switch in 1973 is just 12 volt in. You press the brake, it's 12 volts out to the lights. So had to reverse this and use a relay. And so when you press the brake pedal, now you'll add 12 volts to this relay, which will take away the power to the engine PCM and disengage the torque converter every time you press the brake pedal. And so we just have to add a relay, a new fuse, And then we have the original OEM fuses for the brake light circuit. And yeah, so that should work. Fuel pump relay, pretty basic for the fuel pump. Probably one of the easiest ones. And then the headlights, adding these LED OEM style headlights. They draw a lot more power than the OEM headlights. You do use a little bit of the OEM headlight circuit, but mainly they have their own harness too, so we got to add that in. Yeah, so those are all the circuits I'm going to add. Those are all my drawings. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to be doing for a few days. Just not a lot of videos you can upload of like, hey, look, I added a wire from here to there. You know, I don't know how to show that kind of wiring progress. Is just so I just need to spend some time and just get it wired up. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So hopefully the next time you see me, we're gonna have most of this bad girl wired up. Till next time, God bless. Cheers.